Thank you very much, Ntate Ntladi, for speaking to us here on ENCA. Now, can you confirm for us exactly where this car accident happened?
Thank you so much. We responded to road. The nearest crossroad was Asavat. So that is in Kempton Park. That is in Kempton Kempton Park, just next to Tembisa. For a vehicle, single vehicle that was engulfed by flames. And after we extinguished the blaze, we actually had to do a scene assessment and investigations. And we found one male patient lying outside the vehicle, motionlessly so. And the other patient was still trapped inside the vehicle, which was burning. After we extinguished that, we found that now the person inside the vehicle was basically burned beyond recognition. And the one outside, we couldn't know who the person was. And basically, we had law enforcement officers on scene, that is the SAPS, whom basically took over the scene for investigation purposes.
So only two people who have passed away in this car accident, including the Mamelodi Sundowns' Madisha.
Basically, it came after what's that now. The one of the deceased was actually a Mamelodi Sundowns Football Club player, Motjeka Madisha, and but we couldn't distinguish between the two, those who passed on. That now which one was which, because the one who was basically inside the vehicle, one can say yes, he suffered intense injuries, burn wounds. So he was basically burned beyond recognition. One couldn't tell as to who was that. And the other one outside also burned the upper body, that is the head and the chest, also burned intense burn wounds. So in that, we had some Sundowns players and basically said they can only recognize the vehicle. So then we gave them over, or we handed them over to SAPS so that now they can basically try to identify who was the one who burned beyond recognition, if they can still tell.
So preliminary reports from what you saw on the scene, what would you say caused the accident? Yesterday's weather was quite bad in terms of the rain. What would you say caused the accident?
Yes, thank you so much. We had a heavy rain yesterday. I was confident that we even operated under very, very intense downpours in the area. So then we believe that now the driver might have lost control of the vehicle and crashed onto a stationary object, that is a metal pole. And by crashing on that, the vehicle caught alight, and one of the occupants of the vehicle was trapped inside, while the other one was basically thrown out. So the one who was inside burned beyond recognition, as we said, and the other one also burned upper body, the head and the chest.
You say the accident happened near Kempton. That is the home of Mamelodi Sundowns. And yesterday, last night, they were celebrating 50 years. And you also are saying that there were players who identified his vehicle. So I'm assuming it didn't happen too far away from the home of Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yes, definitely. That can be confirmed. We had some of the Sundowns players on site. Because one couldn't tell exactly who was the one who died and even their names. So, but it happened last night. We received it at around 12:05 midnight, or I can say early morning today.
Can you just explain to us also, Ntate Ntladi, how the scene looked in terms of when you arrived on the scene, how it looked?
Yes, on arrival, the vehicle was still alight, was still burning. And basically what we did is to knock the flames down and be able to do a scene assessment. And we attended to the guy who was outside, and with the information from the bystanders, they also even identified that now there was still somebody who was still inside. As we did the investigations, definitely we could confirm that there was somebody who burned beyond recognition. We can tell that now even the body was settled. So once we use the jaws of life to free or maybe to access the mortal remains out of the burned vehicle, it was quite difficult for us. We had to be very careful to remove everything accordingly.
Well, thank you very much, William Ntladi of the Ekurhuleni Disaster Management, confirming to us there that Mamelodi Sundowns player Motjeka Madisha has passed away in a car accident that happened early this morning.